New York City in the 1970s was a tough place. The city was nearly bankrupt, crime was rampant, and once glorious buildings stood half abandoned. One of these crumbling landmarks was the Commodore Hotel, a grand but decaying relic next to Grand Central Terminal. Its elegant facade was now covered in grime. Its luxurious interiors had faded, and travelers avoided it for newer hotels. It seemed destined for demolition, until a young, brash, and wildly ambitious real estate developer named Donald Trump saw its hidden potential. The vision, seeing gold, where others saw ruins. Trump was just 28 years old when he first set his sights on the Commodore. He'd been working in his father Fred Trump's business, but dreamed of his own empire. Walking past the dilapidated hotel, he didn't see a lost cause. He saw an opportunity. The location was unbeatable, right across from Grand Central Terminal, where hundreds of thousands of people pass through daily. If he could restore it, the hotel could become a gold mine. But there was one big problem. The Commodore was in such bad shape that a simple renovation wouldn't cut it. It needed a total transformation. And for that, Trump needed three things: tax breaks from the city, a partnership with a major hotel chain, and tens of millions in financing. The tax break battle outsmarting City Hall. Trump knew he couldn't do it without help from the city. But New York was broke, and officials weren't eager to hand out favors. So Trump didn't ask for a handout, he pitched it as a rescue mission. He went to Mayor Abraham Beame and made his case. The Commodore is an embarrassment to the city. It scares away tourists, ruins the view of Grand Central, and drags down the whole neighborhood. But if we rebuild it, it'll send a message. New York is back. City officials hesitated. So Trump played hardball. He told them no tax breaks, no deal. And without him, the Commodore would stay a rotting eyesore. It was a bluff, but it worked. After months of negotiations, the city agreed to an unprecedented 40-year tax abatement, the longest ever granted at the time. Finding a partner. How Trump sold Hyatt on a risky bet. Next, Trump needed a hotel operator. He wanted a big name, so he went straight to Hyatt, which didn't yet have a flagship property in New York. At first, Hyatt executives were skeptical. That neighborhood's too dangerous, they said. No one will stay there. But Trump wasn't taking no for an answer. He wined and dined Hyatt's top brass, selling them his vision with pure confidence. Picture this: a massive, gleaming hotel right across from Grand Central. Millions of people will walk by every day. This won't just be a hotel, it'll be the gateway to New York. His enthusiasm was contagious. Hyatt agreed, but only if Trump completely rebuilt the hotel, not just slapped on a fresh coat of paint. The money hustle, Trump's high-stakes gamble. Now came the hardest part: financing. Banks didn't want to touch a dying hotel in a bad neighborhood, but Trump had one last card to play: those tax breaks. Look, he told lenders, the city's giving us 40 years tax-free. That's guaranteed profit. Asterisk, finally he secured a loan, but with brutal terms. The banks demanded personal guarantees, meaning if the project failed, Trump would lose everything. Most people would have walked away, but Trump bet on himself. He signed the papers, and the demolition began. The rebuild, from ruin to icon. Construction kicked off in 1978. Trump oversaw every detail. He tore off the old brick facade and replaced it with sleek glass panels. Inside, dark hallways gave way to a soaring atrium with marble floors and crystal chandeliers. He poured money into modern elevators, luxury suites, and high-end restaurants. And most importantly, he changed the name. The Commodore felt like old, dying New York. The new hotel would be called Grand Hyatt, a symbol of rebirth. The grand opening, a new era for New York. In 1980, the Grand Hyatt opened its doors in a star-studded ceremony. Mayor Ed Koch, celebrities, and business leaders all showed up to see Trump's masterpiece. The hotel was an instant hit. Business travelers booked rooms for meetings, tourists flocked to stay in the city's hottest new spot, and the neighborhood around Grand Central started to revive. The legacy, the deal that made Trump famous. The Grand Hyatt's success turned Donald Trump into a household name. He proved that even in New York's darkest days, opportunity was there for the taking. This was the deal that launched his career. The moment he went from just another developer to a visionary who could turn trash into treasure. Today, the Grand Hyatt is still one of New York's premier hotels, and its story is proof that bold vision, relentless hustle, and sheer guts can change the game. It all started with a young guy who wasn't afraid to bet big and ended up reshaping the city's skyline. What's your take? Was Trump's Grand Hyatt deal genius or just lucky? Drop a comment below. We want to hear from you. And if you love stories about epic comebacks and business hustle, hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the deals that changed history.